Welcome, guys. This is your girl, Love Goddess. I welcome you here to Love Nation Growth Talk, where we inspire and we grow together as one nation under the God source energy of love. We are one nation under God in the purest love of God's source energy, helping to raise the vibrational frequency of humanity. And I welcome you guys wholeheartedly. We're here to grow together. Um, as I receive downloads from my guys, your guys, our guys as a whole, I'd be honored to bring those messages here to you guys. So we're going to talk today. I know that, there's been a whole lot of, not whole lot of, that's the most densest talk, right? Whole lot of. And it's country, southern. I'm from Florida. You can't forget that. I'm going to have my Florida accent, okay? So, um, I received the messages for today. Um, we as a nation, or we as a collective, have been going through a transition. Um, and I have been guided to help everyone here in Love Nation or anyone that come in contact with this message to strengthen their transition. So I've been called to bring forth this message. It's just a message of um, the things that can happen during transition and what it is that you need to do and how you can strengthen yourself in order to transition into this new cycle of your life. Okay, so we are walking into this new cycle, and our guys have given me this download to just go over different transitional um, experiences that we may be going through at this time and how we can overcome those transitions. Okay? So, the first transition, well, the first thing that we're gonna dissect at this moment is this here. Okay. All right, guys. So we're gonna go over a few things. I have the notes here, but I also have the erase board here as well. So, like I said, whenever we step into a new cycle, when we transition into a new timeline, we all have to go through like this big energetic shift. And when we go through that energetic shift, there's some type of energetic levels or energetic turbulence that may happen on the inside of us as well as on the outside, our outer appearance. Okay? So, whenever we transition and we get right over the threshold of the new cycle, we're going to feel a turbulence. And that turbulence is going to be, it's basically like you're going into a new paradigm is what I'm picking up right now. You're going into like a new paradigm or a new realm of your life energetically. Okay, so whenever you get that negative and that positive pull, it gives a like a vibration until the two meet, like a magnetic. Like once you jump into that new timeline, then it's like a whole slap. So it's like a whole vibration that happens, and this is something that can be felt energetically within your inner being, and you can see it within your physical reality. But during that shift, during that transitional shift, you want to trust in your inner compass. Okay? Um, the one thing that you don't want to do is to lose your focus, and you don't want to lose your yeah, because losing your focus will eventually have you to misstep, right? And you could either fall back or become you will get into this, I'm hearing stagnant, or a pause. It'll be like a pause. And you will feel that energetically. You will feel that energetically. Now, there are three main focus areas when it comes to trusting in your inner compass, right? When you make this transition into the new cycle. And the first one is truth, okay? Knowing your truth, okay? So when you step into this new cycle, the reason why I said truth is because when you step into this new cycle and you start to get that turbulence, you're going to feel like you have to know and understand your truth, because in the physical realm, things are going to look like chaos. Like people are going to be questioning your truth or questioning your belief. They're going to yeah, they're going to be questioning your truth. Um, like you're going to, because you've been on this path of spiritual journey, right? And you're learning about yourself. You're learning how to heal from the inside in order for your physical reality to look just like what is below, what is inside of you. So when that turbulence come in that shift, you're going to have people who are questioning your belief. They're going to start talking. They're going to be probably saying some negative things that, goes against your truth, your path, what it is that you are pushing forward with. They're probably not going to like it, because now you're going against the grain. You are someone who maybe you're someone that they looked up to all along, and now you're changing. So now it's causing some type of friction within your relationships when it comes to your business, family life, or love life, right? But what our guys is trying to tell us, that we have to stand firm in our truth here, not allowing the friction. If you know the Bible, there's a story in the Bible about a guy named Job. Job was one who was called. He was what do you want to call it? He was a light worker, or someone who was chosen by the Almighty, or the Most High God, right? So being that he was chosen, the devil himself said, no, he's not as faithful as you think, right? And so that's when he brought about so much chaos in Job's life, to where his own wife was like, Job, where is this God that you believe in? Because there's so much going on here. This is something you may be going through at your home right now, in your family life. Like, where is your God now? Because we're about to lose our mortgage, or we're about to lose our finance, or our finance home, or we're about to lose something. And the way that we are going, or the way that you say we should go, is not panning out. See, you may have people in your ear talking and trying to redirect you back to that lower vibration, or back to that dense energy. So pay attention, be vigilant with that, because you want to stand in your truth, and do not allow outside influences to redirect your thoughts, because that's where, remember I said, trust in your own inner compass, because there will be people in your ear. There will be, even the enemy himself will talk to you and try to redirect your path. So make sure that you stand firm in your truth, knowing who you are and knowing your purpose here, why you are here. Okay? Because it is triggering, it is a turbulence that do happen. So that was one of the reasons why they brought it up. Make sure you're paying attention to your inner compass, because it's your guiding post. That is your guiding post. When I say guiding post, that's your north node. Just like the North Pole, you have a guiding post, or a North Pole within yourself that gives you a compass. It's your inner compass. That's why I call it your inner compass, because if you, as long as you stay facing north, which is your truth and your guidance, you will be okay. That turbulence will cease. All those negative talks will cease, because now that you have risen above the turbulence, once you rise above that turbulence, and you start, you continue, you kept your cool, for one. You were able to not lose your focus, for two. When I say keep your cool, like, you didn't allow outside appearances to shift your vibration, meaning that you stood in your truth. To stand in your truth is not to allow outer influences to trigger your vibration. You continue to stay on an elevated vibration without lowering it to the density of the 3D world. Knowing, like, I see what is happening. This is like another metaphor. I see what is happening outside of me, but I can't control that. Only thing that I can control is what is within me, myself, I, the one who is connected with source, the oneness of self. That is all that I can control. And how I'm going to control it is, when the winds are blowing, I will continue to be grounded. I will continue to walk in my truth, and I will not allow the wind to redirect me. I'm not trying to seek shelter here. I'm moving past that, because I know that that wind is just an illusion. That is the way a person who stands in their truth sees the outer experiences. They see it as an illusion. Okay, so the enemy is bringing forth this. This is another trick of the enemy. So what you do is you go within self and you ask your guides and your God to lead the way, show you the light, give me a sign, show me what it is that I need to do when it pertains to this experience. See, that's called guidance, asking and seeking the guidance that you need in order to stay the path without wavering. Okay? And then another thing about your inner compass is following your passion. Follow your passion. When we transition and we're looking into our inner compass, the three things that stands out with looking within is knowing thy truth, seeking our guidance, and following our passion. Those are the three main goals when it comes to trusting in your inner compass. Trusting in inner compass. Trust inner compass. Okay? Your inner compass brings forth the truth of who you are, why you're here, knowing your mission regardless of the outer experiences. Okay? Your guidance, okay, and passions. All right? This is what your inner compass does for you. Your inner compass allows you to know who you are. Know your truth, your true authentic self. You know and you stand firm in that. You trust in who you are. That who God has called you to be. Right? And then you know how to seek your guidance. When you trust in your inner compass, you become one who knows how to seek your guidance by going within, meditation, prayer, talking to God, talking to your guides, talking to your angels, talking to your ancestors, the ones who are giving you the knowledge that they know of, right? So you know how to go within and trust in it for your guidance. Trust in it for your truth. Okay? And the third thing is your passion. So your passions is your actual the thing, not the thing, another dense word. Your passion is your vision, right? Your inner compass is leading you to the vision. The vision. Not just your vision, the vision. The vision is something that is co-created by the Most High God and yourself. Okay? That's what it is. So that's what your passion is. Your passion becomes the vision for you. Okay? And you have to trust in that. So no matter how the outer world or the outer experiences or the outer connections, like your friends, your family, your lovers, whatever the case may be, no matter what they say about who you are or what you're doing, you are trusting in your inner compass because you cannot control the outer world. You can only control yourself. And in controlling yourself will also bring control to the outer world. This is what we need to know. It's a fly in my house, sorry. All right. Now we're coming to the next one. The next one here, after you're seeking your inner compass, is embracing it. Embrace the change. Now that we have transitioned, we have to embrace what is happening. So with the embrace, with the embracing oneself, when it comes to these different energetic shifts, physically in your outer world, as well as energetically inside in your inner world. Okay, when I say embrace, when you think of embrace, it's like taking it like a baby. You embrace a baby and you hold it in the comfort of self, giving it peace, giving it love. This is what we give a baby. When we embrace that baby, or we embrace our children with a hug, we are giving them peace. We are showing them love. So that's what I mean about embrace the change. We have to love what is changing about our life. We have to show compassion to the changes of our life. We have to feel safe within those changes of our life. Just like a baby, when we embrace it, or him or her, we're showing them that they're safe. We're showing them that we're compassionate about them and we're caring for them. We're nurturing them, right? So you must do that when it comes to this change. And you have to show compassion to yourself inwardly through this change, because the outer world at the time may not be showing love because it's chaotic right now. And you can't look for love outside yourself. One must love their self first before any love can be projected on the outside of them, right? One must show them self-compassion first before compassion can be projected on the outside of them. One must feel safe first before safe can be projected on the outside of them. So that is why I say be mindful, because that's the first one, mindful. Be mindful of your inner and outer world. Okay? Be mindful of both your inner and your outer world. Okay? So, because you want to show love, compassion, and safety to self first in order for it to project outwardly. So if the world is chaotic and if you're not showing that love and compassion inside, if you're chaotic inside, you're going to project that same chaotic outside. So light will overpower darkness. So if there's a lot of turbulence and a lot of things going on outside of you, like in your family, or on your job, or in a love relationship, or just a friendship, you first have to know thyself. That first thing that we talked about. You have to know yourself by loving yourself, nurturing yourself, having compassion for yourself, and making yourself feel safe inside. And then when you walk into these places that are chaotic, that which is in you can't help but project on the outer appearances. So you're bringing light into the darkness. You're bringing light into that chaotic experience that you're going through at that time. Okay? So just be very vigilant, but yet be very present. That is why it's always good to stay present and not allow your mind to overpower your feelings and your feelings to overpower your mind. Keep a balance, keep it present, keep it aligned, and keep it together, not separate. Keep your thoughts and your emotions and your feelings together, walking as one. Because if you allow one to overpower the other, then it can just put oil on the fire that is erupting outside of you. So if you're over emotional, you will allow things to happen in your life that you don't want to happen. And if you over logical, overthinking things, things can get worse than they are at that at that present moment by you trying to create something out of logics when you need to be balanced emotionally and logically to create anything. Okay? All right. Okay, so the next up under, we're still talking about embracing change. So that's how you embrace the change. Also, how you embrace change, okay? Another way of embracing change is by releasing and detaching. Okay? Um how do you do that? You may be asking. How can you embrace change by releasing and detaching? Because what happens is when all of the chaotics is happening outside of you, you're gonna have your bosses, you're gonna have your co-workers, you're gonna have your loved ones, you're gonna have your, your say family, kids. They're going to be like, this is so chaotic, it's this, is that, and they're gonna start, um how do I say that? They're gonna start mentioning everything that's happening, although you see it. But the way you are reacting to your outer appearance is like nonchalant to them. So you have already released it. You're detached from that. The reason why, what this does, um, you're embracing it. You see the chaos, but you're not attached to the chaos. You see the chaos, you took in what is happening, but what you did was, being that you are a balanced being, logically and emotionally, you're able to take that which is outside of you, bring it inward, and then alchemize it and bring some type of peace and balance within yourself. But yet, while you're doing that, you're already trying to ask the universe itself. You release it into the universe. Okay, God, this is all happening. Somebody has to do something about this, but I'm going to keep my cool. I'm going to be calm and collective. I'm going to allow it to happen. I'm not going to attach myself to this because this is too chaotic. I want to be balanced. I want to be peaceful. I want to be compassionate to myself. I want to love myself. And I know who I am and I know where I'm going. And I know that you're going to take care of it. That is the mindset that we must carry. We must carry a mindset where we don't worry about the trials. We don't worry about the bumps in the road. We do not worry about the wind that's blowing, the tornado outside, because we are rooted. We are so rooted and grounded, and we are so balanced within self that we have embraced that we know that we can't control that. We know that. We have embraced the change so much that we know, and it doesn't redirect us. It doesn't redirect us. It doesn't allow us to react to those negative vibrations that are on the outside of us. This is how you embrace the change. By keeping your vibration, your frequency must stay intact. Learn how to harness change without reacting to dense energies outside of you. Okay? Um so yeah, that's the part of embracing change, okay? Um ha. So that brings us actually it kind of ties right into the next that I want to talk about. The next thing I want to talk about is where's my marker? Balance. Okay. All right. So, in your balance, this is after transition. Now once you go into your transitional phase and you're now in your new cycle and you're at a state of overcoming the turbulence and overcoming all of the friction that is happening in your physical reality, and also within your spiritual reality. So now we have to balance both physical and spiritual aspects of self. Okay? So now people already know. Your family, your friends, your coworkers, they already know that some type of change has happened with you. They already know that something has shifted completely in you. You don't even look the same anymore. You don't look like the person they knew a week ago. You don't look like the person they knew a month ago, a year ago. You have tremendously changed. The way you talk, the way your personality has changed, um, the way you move, because now you're moving with grace. Now you're speaking with authority, right? And now the beauty and the light and the glow of God is over you, right? All of that has happened. That's what happens when you step into this new cycle. Every new cycle brings more of abundance when it comes to you become more abundant. And everyone knows that abundant can be material or it can be spiritual abundance. Spiritual abundance is just growth, clarity, wisdom, knowledge, understanding of self. That's spirituality when it comes to abundance. You gain more of that. And then materially, that's in the physical world. That's your finances. You grow when it comes to your connections because now you have more people who are on the same frequency as you that are now in contact with you. So now your community is growing, or the people you're around is growing and changing at a rapid pace. So people, the older people, the ones who've been around you, your actual family, the ones, your lover or your boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, fiance, whatever it is, they notice the change. And now they have to bring themselves up to this change because we're definitely not dissing our light or dimming our light to be at that lower vibration. So, where spiritual and physical comes in, it basically is balancing your physical life with your spiritual life because You've already probably within that whole change and the cycle changes, you had to release. Remember that release came up. You had to release some people. You had to release some places. You maybe had to release some finances, some jobs, some debt that you didn't really need, but you had it. You released some things, right? In order to transition into that new cycle, balanced out, right? So now that we're in the new cycle, we just have to keep it balanced. How we keep it balanced, um, we have to make sure that we continue to stand in our light. Continue to stand on your beliefs. Do not dim your light for nothing, because this is your gift from God. This is your path. This is your way. This is your way. And if you have had a life of so much tragedy like most of us had, this is your way out. You know, this is your way out. You're breaking chains right now. So we have to balance that. We when we balance it, how we balance it, and how do we balance the physical with the spiritual is by setting our boundaries, knowing who we are, knowing where we're going, and not allowing people within our energy fields to trigger us. At any rate, do not allow the triggers. Do not allow the triggers. Try not to allow the triggers. Sometimes we can't help it, because we have to be around family at some point. Or we have to be around our bosses or our co-workers at some point. And sometimes we do get triggered. But remember, this is where you have to stay balanced within self. So when you balance self, the spiritual aspect of yourself, then your physical aspect as well, your physical surroundings will balance out. People won't trigger you. A lot of people refuse to trigger you because they see the difference. They stay their distance because they be like, no, I see the glory of God right there. No, touch not thy anointed one. I will not be the one to touch it. They don't want to get stung by God's light. They don't want to get shocked when they touch your light, and then they be like, oh, now my whole world has shifted, because it happens. It happens, you're on this journey. People who come in contact with you, they come in contact with God energy, God source energy. So it changes their entire world. So that's how you balance it. You just balancing your inner working, making sure that you stay grounded during your spiritual practices, yoga, meditation, prayer, whatever it is that you keep yourself grounded spiritually. And then physically, it's the same thing, making sure the things that you're eating, making sure you're not going in places that no longer serves you, or not attending parties that are not your type of party anymore. That's physically keeping yourself healthy physically and spiritually, balancing it out. Okay. Yeah. So that's basically all I have for you, because I talked about boundaries. Um I talked about releasing into the universe. You can also ask the universe you can call back your energies, or call back um the energy that was taken or siphoned from you. You can do that too, if you want, but most of the time it automatically comes back once you truly step into your light. All of the energy that you put out returns to you, and that's good energy. Just like karmic energy that's put out. If you put out bad energy, it returns to you. If you put out good energy, it returns to you. So it cycles back. So you don't have to call your energy back from the universe. Some say I'm calling my energy back, but it's going to come back to you regardless, because any energy you release into the universe, it automatically comes back to you. If you're giving a whole lot of love out into the universe, a whole lot of love's coming back. So, yeah, continue to keep your heart open. Okay, I know that it's a lot that's going on, but find a way to balance it out. You want all of your chakras to be open. That's how your light shine the brightest, is when you are aligned and you're walking your truth, you're standing in your truth, you're holding up boundaries, you're firm, you're direct, you're speaking in authority. Then your light is shining brightest it can. You're the sun, the star, the everything, the whole universe. When you're aligned. And you're the whole master magician when you are aligned. So try to stay aligned. Stay connected with your own energy. Know yourself. When you learn yourself, you know when your energy is low and you know when it's high. You know when to speak and you know when not to. You know when to stand firm in your boundaries, and you know when to open your heart to allow love, whatever abundance that needs to come in. But keep your heart. Don't harden your heart. Do not do that, because there's no need to do that. Continue to be vulnerable. Continue to allow, because what is happening is you are helping others by being vulnerable. You truly are. You truly are. Not only are you helping yourself by being a vulnerable being with an open heart and there to love and have compassion towards everyone, including your enemies, including the ones who talk about you, the ones who try to drag you under the dirt. You love them and you continue to have compassion for them. You might not have to be around them. You might not have to deal with them. But if they come to you and help or need something, and it costing their life, my best pointer for you is to pray about it and allow God to answer it. And most likely, you may be the one that has to help him or her. Okay? Because we have to have compassion for them. Because a lot of times, it's not the person. We are all God's children. It is not the person. It's the deity or the devil himself who has attached himself to that person. So we have to pray for them, because they don't know what they're doing, not at the time of doing it. But when you be caring and loving and compassionate towards the enemy, they have no choice but to flee. That's a pointer for you. That's a little tip. Snip dip. Listen, guys, I love you guys so much. So much. It's been an honor. It has truly been an honor to be able to bring this forth. This energy that the universe, God, source energy, our angels, ancestors, everybody came through. They all came through because they wanted you to know. Be strong. Stand firm. Know what is happening inside and outside of you. And know how to encounter it. Know how to react towards it. And that's in peace, love, and harmony. That's it. That's it. Do not allow it to redirect your path. Stand firm and unmovable. All right? I love you guys. Listen, this your girl, Love Goddess. I am so honored to be here. If you like the video, hit the like button. If you are new here, you can go ahead and hit that subscribe button, because we would love to have your energy here. It's going to be more to come. We are growing as a nation. We here in Love Nation, we are one nation under God in his beautiful, 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 white, vibrant, most vibrational, elevated, vibrational, white light energy of God himself. I don't know where that came from, but it came. Listen, I am so grateful. I love you guys so much out there in Love Nation. Listen, if you want to comment, if you have something to say, go ahead and say it. I love to exchange energies. I love you to exchange your energy, and I'm always going to exchange my energy. That's what we're here for. We're here to learn and grow together in Love Nation as one nation under God's presence. Yes, we are. Until next time, guys, please be blessed. Be safe out there. I am praying for you. And as I do that, you pray for me. Until next time, peace, love, and light. Love you.